So when people call it glorified gambling, it's really not. It's much better than that. Polymarket and Kalshi are the best known. They dominate the prediction market landscape, but they might be a little bit too big and too competitive for us. We have found a couple of exciting new prediction markets that you can go and try right now. Prediction markets, bro. Predicting. Is it gambling? Is it crypto? Is it something else? I mean, who cares? Let's make some money. So why would we use prediction markets? Yes, first and foremost, we need to understand that prediction markets can make a lot of money. In fact, there's about $1 billion moving through the top 2 prediction markets each working day every week at the moment, which is absurd. So yes, one of the primary reasons we would use a prediction market is to make money. But there are a couple of other reasons that I never hear anybody talk about. So let's get to it. 1, points. Lots and lots of prediction markets have point programs so that you can track your progress and be rewarded with possible token airdrops in the future. We love a points program. We know that they almost always directly translate into token rewards. So why not get stuck in with some prediction markets that are confirmed to be running points programs? Another reason to use prediction markets is that it's fun. It's actually a lot of fun. You know, you can join a community, yes, but you can also play the game of accurately predicting whether events come to pass or not. And as you have fun doing that, you actually get better at it over time. So you're kind of learning and developing a new skill. You're learning ways to research the odds and what you think is likely. And that's pretty cool. Like, I don't hear anybody talking about the fact that, you know, you can have fun learning a new skill doing this. So when people call it glorified gambling, it's really not. It's much better than that. So how does it work? This is how it works. An event typically will have a yes or no outcome. Is something going to happen or is it not going to happen by a certain date, right? And that probability is expressed between 0 and 100. And those numbers are reflected by the price of $1 down to 1 cent, for 1% being very unlikely to happen, 100% being certain to happen. So you can earn money by being correct about whether an event happens or not, yes or no. But you can also earn from what we call the spread. And that means if you buy shares at 5% probability, they cost you 5 cents. But if the probability of your event happening suddenly goes up to 45%, still unlikely to happen, but your shares are now worth 9 times more than when you bought them. So you've done a cheeky 9x and you think, well, actually, I still don't think this is going to happen. So I've just ridden the spread from 5 cents to 45 cents. I'm going to sell my shares. I'm going to sell them and secure the bag, even though I might not get the prediction correct. So that's pretty cool. I like doing that personally because, I mean, who knows what's going to happen these days? So just benefiting from the spread means you also don't have to wait for the market to resolve. You don't need to wait for the yes or no. And you can do more trades with your capital to earn more points. So the key metrics we need to understand about these prediction markets are very simple. 1 is volume. How much money is moving through the prediction platform? And we know that typically that's in the billions. But importantly, what is the efficiency of the particular market? What that means is how correct are people in their predictions? Because if there's a high volume, low efficiency market, that means there's a lot of money being spent incorrectly. So if you can get ahead of that and just do the opposite of what they're doing, you can win. So what are the most competitive categories? Well, the US election was the big one. That kicked all this off a couple of years back. Is it going to be Trump? Is it going to be the other one? Oh, I can't remember her name now. But anyway, elections remain huge in prediction markets, absolutely huge, as do interest rate decisions. Is a central bank going to change interest rates? Yes, no, or hold steady, right? And then finally, crypto price movements. We've now seen prediction markets even to 5-minute or 1-minute markets. Is Bitcoin going to go up or down? So you can benefit from, essentially predicting each of these categories, but they're so competitive that even if you get it right, your profit is going to be lower because you're competing with all the best traders, the analysts. The latest data is updated pretty much in real time. It's very hard to win here. So where can you win? Where are the least competitive categories? Well, interestingly, in our research, what we can see is that technology, AI, and science are the least competitive. And that is typically because big AI companies, fringe technologists and scientists are kind of working in secret. It's not necessarily public the way the other decisions are. So you'd have to have special insider knowledge to be able to say, hey, I think there's going to be a breakthrough in science, or I think this latest AI model is the best because I've tested it. So these are good areas to go and explore if you think you can gain an edge because they're the least competitive. So that means you can get in and win. Now, where are you going to do that? Polymarket and Kalshi are the best known. They dominate the prediction market landscape, and they've made their founders billionaires in the process. So happy days for those guys. But they might be a little bit too big and too competitive for us for now. Kalshi in particular, it's only recently moved onto the Solana blockchain, but typically was a US-based sort of safe bet. So accessing it was quite hard. You have to hand over a lot of personal information. Regulations might affect it. There are limited markets that you are able to predict on. And of course, fees. Fees are going to eat your profits. So Kalshi, not ideal for us. Typically, as crypto natives, Polymarket is the one we wanted to look at. Natively on the Polygon blockchain, big Web3 focus. We like Polymarket for helping turn this category into something exciting, but Polymarket has a couple of cons as well. One is you can lock up a lot of capital in these predictions, essentially trades. It's just going to sit idle. So if you've only got a certain amount to play with, when you're using it on Polymarket for a long-term prediction, that money is just going to sit there doing nothing. And that's really annoying. Furthermore, Polymarket do act as gatekeepers of market creation. They are the ones that can open a new market and ultimately earn from the volume coming through that market. Not everyone can set up a market, which is a shame. They have some challenges at the moment, geo-blocking people in certain countries. And yes, of course, there are fees. It's one of the biggest in the market. It can charge whatever fees it likes. And yes, some of those fees go back to liquidity providers, but some of them can be quite high. So Polymarket is a good alternative to Kalshi, but what are the good alternatives to Polymarket? So we have found a couple of exciting new prediction markets that you can go and try right now. And yes, they will have point programs that you can take advantage of for possible airdrops. So I'm going to talk about two right now. And if you want to learn about other alternatives, go and check out the CryptoManiaks articles we've written for you. Okay, so alternative number one. These are both on the BNB chain, by the way. So pretty fast, pretty low fee. Alternative number one, Predict.fun. Predict.fun is an innovator in this area because it solves the problem of idle capital I was just talking about with Polymarket. So when you hold your funds in Predict.fun, you're actually going to benefit from interest on those funds because it's going to be using decentralized finance yields to give you sort of 5 to 8% on your idle holdings. That's awesome if you're going to be doing a lot of predicting across a lot of time. That's just going to compound your wins. So that's awesome. We like that a lot. There's a confirmed points program. Go and check it out. Another new prediction market, and both of these, by the way, are climbing in the weekly volume. We'll get the chart up to show you their growth. Another one is Probable, also on BNB, but interestingly, it is sponsoring gas at the moment. So it's going to cost you 0 BNB to go and play with Probable. Now, what else is cool is that it's powered by PancakeSwap's infrastructure, which means it can offer automatic asset conversion to Tether. So you can essentially, if you've got some BNB you want to spend, you can just chuck it into Probable, get automatically converted into USDT, and then you can use it to go and predict and hopefully win on Probable. Now, there are a couple of others, but I don't want to take all day. So go and read what we've written for you. Try them all. We're not saying you can't use Polymarket and Kalshi. You absolutely can. But why wouldn't you try alternatives, especially if you can earn yields and airdrops for doing so? So that's prediction markets. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you're using. I've had a couple of wins on Polymarket myself, but now I'm exploring other options. So that's it from me, Albo. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.